Jeg har netop erfaret for ganske få minutter siden, at det tyske forbund og Preussen har erklæret Danmark krig.
I actually wanted to be a midwife. I thought it was the closest to life I could ever get, like delivering babies, and I really wanted to be that, despite the fact that I was working in theatre as a kid and in film. I still wanted to be a midwife. And then I met this wonderful director at the age of 11, who kept saying to me, "Marie, are you sure you want to be a midwife?" And I was like, "Yes, that's the closest to life I can ever get." And he kind of poked me a couple of times and said, "Marie, are you really sure?" I said yes, and then one time he grabbed me and said, "Marie, I don't think you should be a midwife. I really think you should be an actor. Please save some money to go to New York." And then I just saved all the money I had, and when I graduated high school, I just bought a ticket and went to New York and started acting school, and after that I got into the Danish state school right away, so that was it. And then the career really started for me, and of course I met wonderful directors on the way who really believed in me, and got me in this fantastic Danish TV series 1864, and after that in a big Danish and international movie called Itsy Bitsy by the HBO director of Banshee, Ole Christian Madsen. Yeah. So I've just been ambitious and really lucky at the same time. I had really wonderful chances to pursue one of the dreams. I did quite a lot actually. I also had a big amount of time. So I digged into the historical details of what happened exactly in this war, what happened before the war, where was Denmark internationally, what were they working politically for in this period, what happened before, what happened after, to really get into what is this time. And I also had to dig into the literature, the art, the music of that period, the women's rights, all those kind of things which involved on the way my character, the limits she had, what possibilities she was dreaming about, and that's the way I love to work, really to dig into stuff, and then when we start shooting I just let go of it all and just carry on. But it's really important for me to work like this. I think it's beautifully written, really, and I immediately fell in love with her when I read the script for the first time. She has the heart of a lion. She's so courageous. I mean, it's wartime, and she's pregnant, and she goes to the front to try to find the boy she loved. To just tell him that she's pregnant and that they're having a baby together. And when she can't find him, she just goes to the lazaret, the hospital, and says, "I want to work here." And they're like, you're a woman, you can't work here, obviously. And she's like, "Of course I can work. You need hands. People are bleeding to death. Come on." Yes, I think both a historical character, I don't know the name of her, but also the women's movement, the beginning of the Red Cross movement, where they went out being neutral on both parts just to help out in the war, and also the women's rights, the movement in that time, which was really like warming up and becoming really big. So I think it's also the big perspective she's inspired by. Nothing was filmed in the studio, so everything was on location. So we were also quite dependent on weather, and we had 40 degrees in these woolen costumes in the middle of winter time, but not really, and massive rain and all sorts of things. But we filmed in Prague, and we had to have 1,000 extras to just run around or being all the Czech Republic's, all the people without arms and legs had to be in the lazaret in that scene where I confront the doctor and say, "I can work here." And I mean, there were so many extras, and the crew was so big, much bigger than I'm used to in Denmark. I mean, it's the biggest production in Danish history ever. So, all the locations were so challenging, but also so, invigorating and really so inspiring. I mean, the director's influence was huge. I really admire him so much, and his views on the story. He has these beautiful views on the more existential parts, the philosophical parts of the story. What is time? What is lack of time? What is loss of time? What is loss of people? I mean, the context, the content of the story has such a depth. So I was really inspired by the director and his views upon the story, and also by my colleagues. I mean, the two boys. I mean, I was so inspired by them. They were brilliant actors, so generous, so helpful, and we became friends. So just working on the set. I mean, 8 months, and also before that we met up and talked and hung out and just had coffee and enjoyed each other's company. And I mean, that's for me the most important thing, to gain contact, so it's not a make pretend set, it's real. There was this scene we were out of time. I mean, we had 30 minutes left that day, and I know I had this big scene in the end of the day, and I was like, I don't think we make it. I think I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow. And then the director said, oh, okay, we have 30 minutes left, but we're going to do that scene. And I was like, that scene? It's the scene where my mother takes my baby out of my arms and just carries it away. And it was so emotionally challenging. I was like, all right, we'll do it. And the director just looked at me and looked me in the eyes and nearly looked me in the heart. And said, we can do it. We have 2 minutes to prepare. We just do it. All right. And he sat me on a bench, and he just looked me in the eyes until all just came. And he said, quiet, and everyone was just on the spot right away. And we started filming, and just imagining that moment where my mom takes my child out of my hands was just so terrible. So he said, you just go, Marie, just see what's going to happen. Go into it. And my mother came and she took the child away, and the feeling of having this, 1-week-old child in my arms. And the only thing he said to me was just let your arms continue out in eternity. That was the only thing I had. And we just went through it once, and it was a terrible experience. It was so tough, and it was so intense. And he just looked at me and said, thank you, we don't have to do it again. And then I just went home and slept like a day. It was so intense. But it was such a beautiful moment because I could only do that thing once. I really like the historical things because then also I have that great interest of going into another period and taking it from within and trying to understand it from within the character. But at the same time, I really love British humor. I think it has this dryness, this beauty, this. I think the British actors are so well at making characters. That inspires me so much. So many. I love when Stephen Fry reads Harry Potter. I love Maggie Smith, Helen Mirren, Judi Dench. I love Carey Mulligan, Colin Firth.
Great talent.
Wonderful people, and I can just look at them, and immediately they make me laugh, and I think that's the greatest gift you can give an audience, just laugh at it. So I would really, really love just pursuing working with actors, British actors, just finding that dry, beautiful humor and way of working on. My greatest heroes are Mary Streep and Daniel Day-Lewis, by far. I think that the two of them are the female and the male version of people who are like chameleons. They can just do anything. I mean, they can just completely let go of themselves and transform. But I have so many. I mean, also for different tasks as an actor, you need different people to look up to. There's so many people who do different things and play different types, and you just need a wide range of influence. So I have so many people like mine who have helped me. Yeah, it's beautiful.